Hey guys, hope everyone is keeping well. So just kind of like last week, we're going to try and do 3 little videos. We're going to do a warm-up, we're going to do a little bit of football, and we're going to do a little bit of hurling, okay? So we're going to try and do maybe 3 or 4 things in each one. I'm going to do it outside today because the weather is decent so far, touch wood. So yeah, all we're going to try to do at the start is whatever you're using, so footballs or socks or tins or slitters or whatever it is, all we're going to try and do is ask the boys and girls to touch as many of them as we can in 30 seconds with our bum, okay? So we're going to be trying to do like a little squat, but basically all you're trying to ask them to do is don't look at your feet, keep your head looking forward, heels on the ground, trying to get your bum down to try to tip as many of those things as you can. So it looks a little bit like this. So it's down, going to be a little tip off your bum, then move to the next. So it's going to be a little tip off the bum, then move to the next. It's going to be a tip off the bum, move to the next thing. It's going to be a tip off the bum and move to the next thing. So like we said, we don't want them looking at their feet, we don't want their heels coming off the ground, trying to move as much as they can. Try to tip as many things as you can. Again, obviously moms and dads, you can join in with this if you want, see how flexible you are. Yeah, okay, so that's the first one. If you want to pause it and give it a try, you can. The second one is we're going to keep it nice and easy. So all this was just kind of randomly moved. It's kind of like a little kind of not an obstacle course, but just all kind of scattered all over the place. So we have everything kind of mixed up. All you're going to ask the guys or girls to do is to move as much as they can in that small area, but don't touch any of the things on the ground. So they can go forwards or backwards or side to side or whatever way they want. They can run, jump, skip or hop. So it looks a little bit like this, all right? Every bounce. Okay, so it's moving all different directions. So like I say, you're giving them kind of wide parameters to work in, but they're going to make the decision. So you can say run, jump, skip, hop, bounce, go forwards, backwards, sideways, but move as much as you can and try not to knock over any of those things behind me. So if you want, you can give it a try. You can pause it here, and then we'll go on to the next one. Okay, perfect. And the last one was kind of like with the first one where we were squatting, trying to touch as many things as we can. This last one, all we're going to try and do is tip as many different things as you can, left hand, right hand, as quickly as you can. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, try and tip as many things as you can in 30 seconds. Something like this, okay? So when you say go, you tip as many things as you can. So it's going to be go, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Just like that. What you'll find is the guys and girls are moving as much as they can. They're moving really, really fast. A really good tip that I got the other day was especially for the younger ones. So you can ask them to hold a flower, as if they're holding a flower in one hand, and a cup of tea in the other hand. So all we're going to try and do to control the breathing, something just to kind of get them thinking about the rhythm of breathing, is a flower in one hand, a cup of tea in the other. So we're going to take a sip of the tea, and we're going to blow the flower. So it's going to be might sound really silly, but it's actually a really good technique to get them to kind of control their breathing. So it's a flower and it's a cup of tea. It's a little, so nice big deep breath in and nice big deep breath out. All right. So like I said, give those 3 things a try. Best of luck.
My face above the water.
Okay, so we're going to try and do the football ones next. We're going to try and use some of the same kind of setup as we have done for the last couple of bits. So we're going to keep this really easy, just like with the warm-up. We're going to try to go around or in and out as many things as possible, but every time you go past a pair of socks or a tin of food or a slitter or whatever it is, we're going to bounce that ball beside it. So it's 30 seconds, as many bounces as you can, move in all different directions. Let the kids make the decisions, alright? So it looks a little like this. So it's Alright, so moving all different directions. Even after 10, 15, 20 seconds you should be getting tired enough doing that. So get them to keep moving as much as they can, but keep bouncing that ball beside whatever it is that they're moving beside. Alright, the next one is going to be, so last week I think what we did is we had a little bit of balancing on a cushion. I don't have a cushion outside, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my jumper in a second, and all we're going to do is we're going to stand on one leg and we're going to throw it and catch it to a partner, or you can do it off the wall just like me. So it looks a little bit like this. So if you're using a jumper, make sure it's wrapped up into a little hump, so make sure it's not flat, but like a little hump or a little mound, and we're going to try standing it on one leg. Alright, so it's a little throw and a catch, trying to keep one leg on that kind of, on that jumper or the cushion, whatever it is that you're using. Alright, so it's just one leg up, throw and a catch, throw and a catch, throw and a catch, throw and a catch. Then we swap legs. Okay, so it looks nice and easy. If you're doing it with a partner, obviously you can move it a little bit further back, or you can test the keys by throwing it slightly right or slightly left of them. Alright? And the last one, again, we're going to try keep it nice and easy if we can. We're going to try use a hurl, and it's a little bit of kicking and catching either to a partner or off the wall. Alright, so the last one is, hopefully you can see this. Okay, I'll get these few bits out of the way. Okay, so depending on what side of the hurl you're standing on, that decides what foot we kick it with. So if you want to kick it off the ground or out of your hands, totally up to you. But if you're on one side, if you're on the left side of the hurl, we're going to do a little kick with the left foot. If we're on the right side of the hurl, we're going to do a little kick with the right foot. Again, it's up to you if you want to do it out of your hands or off the ground. So if I'm on this side of it, it's just a little step, a drop, a kick off the laces, a little step over. And I'm not too great on my right foot, so I might put it on the ground and do a little kick. And if I'm on this side, I might do it out of my hands. Maybe the next time I might try it out of my hands, just like that. So depending on what side of the hurl you're on, depends on the foot that you use to kick it with. Again, if the boys or girls don't feel comfortable doing it out of their hands, just put it on the ground, whatever it is that they can do. Alright? If it's too easy, ask the boys or girls to step it up or to move a little bit quicker if they can. Alright? So what we did at the start was, we're doing loads and loads of bouncing. We did a little bit of balancing there in the middle, and then we just did a little bit of kicking and a little bit of catching. Like I said, give it a try. Hopefully, mums and dads can help all the boys and girls out and be their partner for this. If you're working on your own, use a wall or use whatever you have. Best of luck.
I can make it easy.
Okay, and now we have the hurling. So we're going to try to keep it nice and easy with the hurling. We're going to do a little bit of dribbling, a little bit of knocking down the cans, and then a little bit of shooting with a partner, hopefully as well. Alright. So what we're going to try and do, we're going to try use roughly the same setup. So all the stuff is kind of randomly around the place. And with our football, we're going to try to dribble it or use our hurl or a book or a sweeping brush, whatever it is that you have, to move that football through your bits and bobs without knocking them over or hitting them. Alright. So when we're doing our dribbling, two hands aren't really close together, but not really far apart. It's just a little bit in the middle, alright? So all that happens is tip that ball using both sides of the hurl to as many different things as you can. Alright, so it's a little bit like this. So tip. Woo! Just like that. Alright, so like we said, two hands aren't locked together, but not down the other end of the stick. Just a little bit of space in between them, a little tap on either side, just like that. Alright, so give it a try, have 30 seconds. If you want to pause it there, you can. Tip it around as many things as you can. Don't knock anything over. Alright, so I'm just going to set up the next thing. So it's just going to be... Okay, so this time we're going to try and do a little bit of striking if we can, depending on what you have, what kind of space you're working with. All we're going to try and do is, I have 3 cans down the other end of the garden there, and all we're going to try and do with all the balls, here we have kind of all the balls, a little bit out of shot, but what we're going to try and do is strike it and hit the ball and try to knock over those cones. So it's really important when we're swinging, we're not bringing it back to here, it's all the way back over your shoulder and a nice big swing. Alright, so your 2 hands start far apart. When you bring it back, you slide your 2 hands close together and a nice big swing, trying to knock those cans over. So, with our balls, it's as many as you can, all randomly, so you don't have to wait for anyone else. It's just hit, get another ball, hit, get another ball. Alright? So it looks a little bit like this. Hopefully you can see the balls. Move them a little bit closer. Alright? So it's just a little swing and a hit. That's it. A little swing and a hit. A little swing. Try and knock it over. That's it. Try Try and knock them over if you can. Big swing. That's it. Haven't hit one yet, I don't think. Look. Okay, so as you can see, I'm a better footballer than hurler, alright? So what we're going to try and do with the kids, 2 hands close together, when you bring it back, when you bring it back, 2 hands close together, slide it down, and a big, huge swing, okay? Okay, perfect. And then the last one, so you're just practicing your swinging or your striking there. So for the last one, I don't have anyone else to see it with me, but all you have to do, we're going to have a goal down there, you're going to be in. We're going to have a goal up this end, the boys or girls are going to be in. And all you're going to try and do is tip the ball out as close as you like, trying to score a goal on the other person, alright? So if we had a goalie in there, we're tipping the ball up nice and close. There's a goalkeeper going to be in there, going to try and use it, and a big huge swing, trying to score a goal. So the skills that we were just practicing, trying to knock over those cones, this time we're going to have a goalkeeper at one end, we're going to have you at the other end, trying to bring the ball out as much as you can. The other person can try to tackle you or try to get the ball away from you, and you're going to try to tip the ball into their goals. First person to 3 wins, alright? So yeah, that's it. So hopefully everyone has a go, give it a try and enjoy, have a great weekend.